the left eye unites with the right eye. Khonsu unites with Ammon. The beautiful, as Khonsu Horus. See, the various gods unite with each other. We have Min Horus in our Facsimile 2, figure 7. Well, Khonsu Horus, this is on page 192 of Caper's article, he says, a beautiful image of the left eye who unites with the right eye in the horizon when he appears in the east in opposition, while the maker of millions, this is the sun god as creator, is in the west, who takes the sun's place when the sun enters into his mother, Nut. And elsewhere in the Khonsu temple, Khonsu is described as he who unites with his father at the opposition. Unification all the way. Again, the sun and the moon are said to act out the divine succession. The sun god Ammon, notice this, the sun god Ammon, associated closely with our Min figure in our hypocephalus. Well, he leaves his position to his son, the moon, who is identified with Khonsu. The moment of opposition signifies the moment when the son assumes the role of his father in a divine succession. The Theban explanation of the opposition relates the cosmic succession of the sun by the moon to the continuation of divine rule over creation. This, in Facsimile 2, number 7, I would argue, is the background, the filling in of the details of what priesthood is in the LDS understanding and fashion. It has every relevance to do with the priesthood. And on page 194, again, the aim of the Egyptian temple cult was to help maintain the order of the universe. Quite frankly, that's the power of the at-one-ment, the atonement. Our universe is running down, and yet something keeps it ordered. Something keeps it organized. This is the atonement. This is the priesthood. See, the universe was seen as a multitude of actions controlled by the gods in which mankind could exert a limited influence. And so the temple cult is based upon a worldview from the human earthly perspective. See, this is what the book of Abraham says. His entire cosmological vision that he describes is noted in the book of Abraham several times as from upon the earth upon which thou standest. Well, Caper says this temple cult is based upon a worldview from the human earthly perspective, and this is the view that's stressed by the decoration on the walls of the temple, which shows the human element characteristically in an active pose. We are active participants of the world's cosmic processes on an exclusively divine level. The eternal cycles of the stars, and these determine time, of course, as Joseph Smith. Let me find this real quick. This is too good to lose, too. Okay, Caper says, the eternal cycles of the stars, which determine time, ensure the cyclical renewal of the world, and this is the main point of the astronomical scenes in the temple, and in no lesser degree also those in the mortuary contexts, because from such depictions of the cosmic renewal, the deceased in their tombs or the gods in their temples would benefit. Again, it's beneficial. Page 195. The most notable extra theme incorporated into the ceiling of Der el-Hagar in the astronomy is the opposition of the sun and the moon, and this depicts the main gods of the temple, Ammon, Khonsu, and Thoth, who are engaged in their individual cycles of rejuvenation. Rejuvenation, resurrection. This is constantly the theme. Isn't the idea of the stars keeping time, the sun, the moon, the stars? This is depicted in the explanations in our facsimile number 2. Figure 1, Kolob signifying the first creation, nearest to the celestial or the residence of God. First in government, the last pertaining to the measurement of time. The measure according to celestial time, and this signifies 1 day to a cubit, according to the measurement of this earth. And then stands next to Kolob figure 2, the next governing creation near to the celestial president, or the celestial place where God resides, and power and authority, eternal crown, representing the grand keywords of the Holy Priesthood. Figure 3 also represents the grand keywords of the Holy Priesthood. I find it interesting that the 2 wedged eyes are in Figure 3, while the grand keywords of the priesthood in Figure 7 has the 1 wedged eye. But I suspect the wedged eye has that association. And then you have the expanse and the firmament of the heavens in Figure 4, and the measurement of time of Oliblish, which is equal with Kolob in its revolution, and in its measurement of time, borrow its light from Kolob, Figure 5, through that power, governs 15 other fixed stars or planets, or also Flois, or power through the medium of Kliflo Isis, or Hakokavim, the stars, represented by the 2 baboons in the central panel of Figure 1. These are Figures 22 and 23 with the moon discs on their heads. They are receiving light from the revolutions of Kolob. This astronomical information, time, space, distance, power, priesthood, expanse, numbers, governing planets, powers, stars, sun, moon. It's all astronomical. And it incorporates us in with this picture. That's why I say these are cosmological maps, but of course. And I earlier mentioned Raymond Faulkner's analysis of the Bremer-Rind papyrus in the Journal of Egyptian Archaeology, Volume 21, 1935. In his first part of his study, he's translating it, O thou soul, mayest thou live again. This is on page 125. The 2 sisters protect thy body. Well, later on, thy father Re, may he attend the need. Thy son Horus will protect thee. Mayest thou land as thou wast wont to do. Mayest thou traverse the sky to its 4 quarters. This idea of the 4, the traveling, the cosmic journeyings, of course. O great bull, lord of passion. Yeah, place thou life on the forehead of the cow. Very good. On page 126, ascend into life, O Prince of Eternity. On page 128, we read, Great One, Tree of Life. See, this is the pole of men, isn't it? Yeah. Which givest offerings to the gods, and invocation offerings unto the spirits. O thou who awakest in health, Lord of the bier, Lord of the wedged eye, mysterious in the horizon, who shinest in due season, the eye of shining, because you are equipped with the sunlight's rays, as well as his power. Thy son Horus flies behind Re, Horus the hawk. He's associated with that wedged eye and with men in our facsimile. Now this is on page 128. On page 130 he continues reading, There is no lack of praising thy Ka. Come to thine house without fear. Thy son Horus, the circuit of heaven. Very, very interesting connection with the circuit of heaven. Again. On page 132, Thy father Tatenan lifts up the sky, that thou mayest tread over its 4 quarters, on earth as it is in heaven. The earth is seen as 4 quarters, so is the heaven.
And so we can see that there are some very interesting Egyptological backgrounds and ideas to all of our facsimiles, more so when you look into a specific detailed accounting of just one symbol, as I'm doing with the Min-Horus figure. So thanks for joining me in this Backyard Professor podcast series. I enjoy having you listen to me. I enjoy producing these podcasts. It's nice for me to gather all the information and to share it with you, my listeners. I'll see you next time on the podcasts. Have a great life.